If you ever dreamt of living a tropical lifestyle here in Bali, or you want to diversify your business portfolio and get crazy return of investment, then this video is for you. Because today I will show you what I've been through in the last months, from scouting the land to designing and building my first project here in the south of Bali. As a tech entrepreneur, I never done any offline businesses in my life. And trust me, it's already been a lot of headaches.
If they don't credit me, I'm checking out. These raps are just the thoughts I always stress about. My only way to let them out. They compare me to Jack, compare me to Mac. I feel it, but just spare me.
But before that, let's cover the basics. So, why Indonesia? Indonesia recently became the 7th largest economy in the world, overtaking France, England and Brazil. They have a very young and growing population, which means growing internal and international tourism. Also, Indonesia is kind of politically neutral, which means it welcomes people from almost all the countries in the world. In addition to that, it has 17,000 islands, spectacular landscapes, beaches, volcanoes, very friendly people and diverse culture, with Bali being one of the top tourist destinations in the world. Located in the middle of Southeast Asia, it has an international airport with direct connections to major cities. It's one of the top holiday destinations for Australia and most of the Asia. The data shows that last Christmas season, from December 18th to January 5th, airport in Bali welcomed 1.4 million visitors, from which 600,000 are domestic and 800,000 are international. But most importantly, I love Bali, I love the culture here, I love the people, and I really feel like home here. That's why I prefer Bali compared to all other destinations like Thailand, Vietnam, etc. And another important motivation for me to invest in real estate is to diversify. AI is changing the way how we work, and I'm also accepting the fact that maybe in a few years my job won't be relevant anymore. So I need to have a backup plan in something which is not going to change. And this something is tourism. With the current growth trend, tourists will only grow, and having a backup plan in a conservative industry, I think is a smart strategy. Building in Bali is very controversial, but we're not going to focus on this in this video. If you want to learn more about what locals think about development of Bali, check out my other video when I discussed with my local friend and we answered this question in depth. Okay, let's say you're convinced and you want to invest in Bali. Should you buy a finished project or build on your own? If you don't live here or you don't have people who you really trust to make it, I suggest finished project. Building here is very chaotic and it truly requires your day-to-day presence. That's why I decided to build on my own. I see myself in Bali for observable future. I'll be here anyway, and I have access to information which only long-term residents have. From return of investment, it makes total sense. But from point of view of time investment, it's going to be very, very demanding, but I'm aware of that. Before building and buying the land, you need to establish a company and do everything on the company name. It's very straightforward and there are plenty of agencies which can help you with that. Establishing a company together with investor stay permit will cost around $2,000 or $3,000 and it takes from 4 until 6 weeks. Once you have a company, you're ready to get the land, and this is where it starts to be confusing. Foreigners cannot own land in Indonesia. You can only rent it long-term, so-called leasehold. And there are two ways how you can do it: leasehold and freehold. Usually leasehold is fixed for 25 or 30 years with possible extensions. And freehold, which is very often confused with direct ownership, is just extended lease for 90 years. Just to give you an example, if you get the land in leasehold, it means today you're going to pay upfront for 25 years. In 25 years, if you want to extend it, you'll have to pay the market price. Otherwise, everything on top of this land goes to the landowner. Freehold, you pay 90 years upfront, which means you fix the price of today, but of course it's way more money to pay upfront. Vast majority of people prefer leasehold because they think more in midterm and they think about the return of investment, so it makes more sense and they don't really question what's going to happen after 25 years. However, people who think more long-term and they want to live here for their whole life, they prefer freehold, because then you have a peace of mind that you have enough years until the rest of your life. Once you decide on the model, it's time to scout. There are so many different ways how you can find a plot, from just riding your scooter around the jungle and looking for landowners, to multiple agents who will do it for you for the cut, asking your local friends, and in general being very active and also very lucky. While scouting the land, it's very important to know which zone the land is located. And there are 3 zones in Bali: green zone, pink zone and yellow zone. Pink one is commercial, it means you can build a hotel, you can build a villa, or you can build a restaurant. Yellow one is residential, it's only for houses, but you can also do Airbnb there. And the third one is green. Green is protected, which means officially no business activities should be there. Okay, Magda, what just happened?
We are buying land.
Leasing.
Leasing, unfortunately.
I hope so, yeah.
The price of the land can have 10 times difference. It depends on the location, depends on your relationship with the landowner, and also depends on your personality, how you negotiate. Negotiation is all about giving and taking, but in the area where I live, realistic market price right now would be around $20,000 for 100 square meters for 25 years. And I must say, land scouting is very entertaining.
The hunt for the land continues.
As I mentioned in the first blog, like, this is the daily life, just hunting, scouting the lands.
This is how it works. So part of work, this is also what we do.
Yeah, this is our work.
So the goal now is to really find out which part of this big plot is the best. We already have a deal, but we need to make sure that we're taking the right one. For Magda, I've already decided which one I'm taking.
And I will say to him like this.
So this will be the end of the plot. Until the very end, you see there are like some trees, so behind it will be mine. And Magda's thinking to take everything.
You meet so many people, you go so deep in the jungle, and it's something absolutely different from computer job. Once you found the plot which you like, you need to secure it. Usually you pay a small deposit, and you also sign a letter of intention between you and the landowner that he secures this land for you for the next weeks, and he cannot sell it to anyone else. It's a very important step because good land in Bali is in high demand, and speed here is a key factor. During next weeks, you do due diligence and also topography to make sure that the landowner really owns it, not a bank, not his family, but him. You make sure that dimensions of the plot exactly as he explained to you, and also do topography to avoid unpleasant surprises when you start building. Once everything is clear, you make the final contract at the notary, and then you are the happy owner, or let's say you're a happy leaser of land in Bali. Now you need to decide what you're going to build. There are thousands of villas are being currently constructed in the south of Bali, and more are coming. It means that at the moment your project is going to be complete, you will have a tough competition for both potential buyers of your villa and also for the guests who will stay there. And on the other hand, there is still a huge lack of nice holiday accommodation. That's why I decided not to go for villa but build a boutique hotel. It will have 3 units, it will be a perfect holiday destination for couples and also solo travelers from Europe, from Australia. It's located in a quiet place but very central and very convenient to go to all landmarks in Uluwatu, and 5 minutes driving from one of the most famous beaches for surfing.
Look what you see. Just look at this. If you don't know, this is Nungalan beach. It's surfable half a year. So you can have nice waves. And you access this through this road. It's amazing.
For me personally, I think villas are just too competitive. There are just too many builders who already figure out how to build it very cost efficient, and it will be difficult for me to come up with. With the hotel, it's a more long-term game. I can really put all my passion into this hotel to provide great experience for my own guests. Once you decide which kind of project you want to build, you need to design it. I hired a very talented architect, and together we came up with the concept. We created a mood board. I wanted this to be inspired by minimalism, Japanese wabi-sabi, and most importantly, inspired by Balinese culture. In a few weeks, she finalized the project, which I really loved, and we started to look for a builder. Meanwhile, I was arranging all the necessary building permits with the notary to make sure that the construction goes smooth. And this is where I am right now. Just to summarize, I spent the whole 2024 looking for land just to make sure that I found the perfect plot which I really like for a good price, which makes both me and the landowner very happy. Then it took around 3 months to finalize the design project and to find a builder. And now it's February 2025, where I finally started the construction. It will take around 7 or 8 months to finish the project, and I'm looking forward to meet my first guests for Christmas season 2025. I'm not going to give you any specific numbers when it comes to return of investment, because it really depends on the price of your land, on all other expenses as your architect, project management and construction. It depends on the location and depends how well you personally manage this project. However, trust me, this is a massive opportunity, which I don't want to miss. That's why I'm accepting all the risks and all the challenges which I'm going to face in the next year. As a person with software background who only work with startups and tech companies, building a hotel in Indonesia might sound like a strange idea, but I believe potential payoff totally worth it. That's why I'm going for it. So, should you invest in Bali? For me personally, it's a no-brainer. And it's not only about the money. I put all my passion about Indonesia and Bali into this project. This will be a blend of my personal hobbies like surfing, traveling, and meeting people from all over the world. I don't want to just build a hotel, I want to build a place which will give people amazing experience and memories. A place that people will keep in their heart. This will be the way for me to show the uniqueness of Bali to these people, so they can really get to know this place and maybe fall in love in it exactly as I did some time ago. I will be covering the whole remaining process here on this channel, because the fun only begins now. That's why, if you want to follow the updates and if you want to find out if I managed to complete it in the time which I expect, subscribe to this channel. Also, connect with me on Instagram and drop a comment if you have any remaining questions about how to invest in Bali, how to build in Bali, and how to earn money in Bali. I'm both excited and horrified by this idea, and I see this as another very expensive experiment to find my calling, to find what I want to do, and not to be attached to one identity or one industry. And you will see how it goes in the next video. Bye.